Are you facing any victimization and you feel, or are you facing any unpleasant situation and you feel, this situation is unpleasant for me? What can you do? If I will advise, if you're facing any situation that you think maybe it's in a workplace, you think you've been victimized, or in an environment you feel you are not loved, or in a place you have been exploited, or in a system that you see that you are not pleasant with how the system is working, and you have a zeal, you have a urge that you want the system to change, nothing is changing. My advice is, don't see that situation in a negative perspective. I believe once you start to see that situation in a positive perspective with a positive mindset, you see the victimization as what? Not as a punishment, but as a training. Maybe you are in a workplace, you are being given tasks that are more than other people, or you are being given a work schedule that is stressful. You complain, you do nothing is being done. You see that nobody is by you. Why don't you just take it as what? As a training. Because if you go to another place, that is the amount of work you do that will decide the amount of pay you get. They've trained you already in that place that you think they are punishing you to be able to withstand longer time, stressful schedule. They've built your ability and your capability to be able to stand situations. They are building you. See it like that this is a form of building, a form of training. See that situation in a positive perspective. If you're in an environment that you see that you can't leave the environment for now, maybe because of the monetary aspect or some situations, you see that some people, you are being faced with some behaviors that you don't like. Instead of you seeing those people as your enemy, try to make friends with them. And if you think it's not working, see it as a lesson for God training you to be able to withstand stress or to be able to withstand negativity. Because everybody can like you. So God training you how to be able to deal with people. Instead of you now fighting, why don't you just learn more about emotional intelligence? Or now you can relate with this type of people. Where you need to use silence, you use silence. Where you need to talk, you make it brief. You apply your emotional intelligence in situations like this. Maybe God wants you to learn more about emotional intelligence. That's why He's making you to face that situation. If it's in a system that you cannot change the system, I believe that if you cannot change, and even it's not about if you cannot, there's a situation that you cannot change. Instead of you trying to change those things, change yourself. Because the change begins with you. Change begins with you. Change begins with you. You can change yourself. You can change how you respond to situations. You can't change people's attitude towards you. You can't determine people's attitude towards you. But you can do what? Change the way you respond to people's attitude or to people's behavior towards you. So I think instead of being bothered of being things with a negative perspective, we start seeing things with a positive mindset. Don't see it as a punishment, see it as a training. Don't see it as hatred, see it as a opportunity to learn more about emotional intelligence. Don't see it as a fail system. See it as a what? See it as what? As a way of knowing how to improvise. If the system is not providing enough resources, maybe God wants you to learn more about how to improvise. God wants you to learn more about resources management. You understand? Then try, even if you want to make suggestion, make it in a constructive way, in a system that you think the system needs improvement and nothing is coming up. If you want in that type of system, you start making constructive criticism with respect, with emotional intelligence, and you too, you must bring out your input. Before you complain of something not working, what is your own input in that situation? So I think we should bothering about things, we should start seeing things about in a positive mindset. Start seeing things, because the world is we're facing a lot of toxicity, a lot of things are happening. People are faced, especially in some places, where people are being faced with a lot of difficulties. And so the only thing we can use to help ourselves is start seeing situations with a positive mindset, so that we can be happy, so that we can love ourselves. If you are being given a workload in your working place that is stressful to you, just see it as a training. If you can't leave that place, see it as a training. You'll begin to love your boss. This is training me. That is giving me work to train me. Where you rest, let them know you need rest. I can't take this, I need to rest. Where you need care of yourself, take care of yourself. Do exercise, take the right diet, rest. But don't see it in a negative part. It's because he hates me, that's why he gives me workload. It's because he doesn't like me. See it as a way of training. So when we start seeing things in a positive mind, with a positive mindset, we start living a more healthy and more psychologically balanced life. Thank you very much for listening to this video. Please try to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like, share, and comment. I appreciate you all. Thank you.